Is this thing working? Are you getting me? Yeah? Is life good? Can you see me on the camera? Oh, good. Okay, darling, 4, right? Letter to Susan, Sirocco. What's the third one? 4 into the book and a reading. You need to remind me because I'm going to forget. Right. Okay. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, well. Okay, so here we go. I am from California, and this first one is like an anti-love song because it's about a girl named Susie Van Deerlen. I wonder where she is. She'll probably see this on the web and track me down and shoot me or something. Anyway, she was wonderful. We worked on a political campaign together. We had this date set up that we were going to have, and you know, I called her like 7 o'clock on Saturday night to confirm where I was supposed to be getting her, and her sister answered and said, "Oh, I think she forgot." And I got this letter from her the next week saying that she had, and I want to get this quote exactly right, she said, "I've come to believe that I'm gay." And it kind of just overthrew my whole vision of how the world was and everything, and I couldn't find anything that I could like actually believe in, depend on, because I thought I had a handle on the world, and it turned out I didn't, and I never spoke to her, sadly, because she like came back to Washington because her father was a congressman, so I never got to talk to her. And so I thought, well, I'll write her a letter, although I never sent it to her. And this is a poem, Letter to Susan. Excuse me. I do not believe in the rain. Yet the leaves bend, and in the gutter of flood backs the sewer, and a young woman runs down the street with the Los Angeles Times above her head. Where is she racing? Her arms bent and her hair falling. Her legs raise shadows of water. But I do not believe in the rain. Since when I unclasp my hands, they cannot attract the wind, and my arms forget to be cold. So then I left California, and I went to France, and I had more girl problems, like I always do. It's the nature of my existence, nothing to say. There was this wonderful woman who promised that she would, if I went to teach in France, that she would come the second semester, and of course she never showed up. So in California we had the Santa winds, and I felt right at home because in France we had the Sirocco. So that's this one, Sirocco. Just now the wind has risen over the red brick rooftops, past long stained farmhouses where a pear orchard swirls bent leaves against the wind. Slow near the edge of a harvested field, a little smoke lifts from a pile of stalks, and swallows lie downwind fence posts, driven past fields of chard. I have come here to find myself waiting for a woman who does not come. In that orchard, across the long field, pear leaves letting go, dreaming of a long last flight, emerald and fire, down to the river again. And now the wind is blowing so hard I can barely stand. Over the Mediterranean, the heat clouds rise. So there I was, life was good, I was teaching, we were doing readings and things like that, and what we used to do was we would have them in like hours, just like this one, and we would have like someone singing, and then we would have a poet, and then we would have a poet reading in front of a piano thing, and then whatever it was, we would do all these different things. Well, there was this couple, and they played lutes and mandolins and things like that. It was very cool. And one of the things that they did was, at some point during the performance, he would put his down, and she would sit down with her lute, and he would go up right behind her, and they would play four-handed lute. Very, very, very cool stuff. So this is called four-handed lute. Within a sculpted museum, I've been to her. She listens to madrigals of tight string lutes, the delicate white neck of birch, her taut brown hair almost tuned. Now he is bending above her, singing the four-handed lute, finds for its delicate tuned strings, while through the small echo surrounding the synchronized pause in rhythm, her blue dust billows in stillness. Even tiny strands of hair pulled tight in a bun at the back of her neck, like lutes that require four hands to envelop room in the age of their sound. Even her hands on the blue flame dress, the lamplight falling around her, blanket the room with their sound. Those hands I cannot touch. But I pluck one strand of hair, a delicate note she will never hear or even know that her body sang once in a room full of evening dress women, ringed with white curtains while the four-handed lute paused for a moment while fingers searched for fresh measures again. One last one, and this is, darling, you're supposed to remember. I said a reading. We did one of those things. It was this thing called Inner Space, and it was all run by this woman named Jacqueline Oye, who was just wonderful. She just brought all these people together. She got us all together, and the biggest one we ever did was in Monte Carlo. It was very cool. There was an artist there, and this pianist composing special things, and we were doing poems, and it was a lot of fun. But it was very different from what I was used to growing up, I can tell. So this one is about the contrast between Monte Carlo and Southern California. Right. It's called a reading in Monte Carlo. I stop. The noise begins. 1,000 hands move paired together in the circling rows. Clap two huge haunches hard around your ears. You'll know the same sensation. Stand alone. Forgiven for this instant all your sloth, your ignorance and shallow, and your blind, slavish dedication to one craft. One cannot bear it. Stop. Descend cleft. The only aisle in this red silk crowd of midsummer furs and evening lit diamonds, and try to remember who you are. At the end of the aisle, the council clutches your trembling hand. Young in the mountains, my father marked our steps along the granite slope, where manzanita twisted moraine. Ahead on the trail, two rattlers were wrestling like twisted ropes. We stood there amazed, and then others echoed their music behind us, until a few dozen seemed hundreds, and we moved on. Or alone at night near Borrego, I paused, and a single coyote raised his voice against the emptiness and howled back my answer. Around me, in a language I never heard, they began their song, which rattled over desert stones and filled the desert night till dawn. But even that song faded. Now applause pulled its last echoes back from tempered glass. They're going to be accepted, words to be endured from strangers' catalogs, thrust into your hands for signatures. And the only dog is a ruby-collared poodle. The only viper twines the diamond brooch of a woman whose jeweled fingers caress the line of my face. Thank you.